In this podcast episode, Eric Jorgenson discusses his deep exploration into Elon Musk's life, behaviors, and principles, drawing from extensive source material to uncover what drives Elon's remarkable productivity and success. The conversation touches on themes of purpose, risk tolerance, work ethic, leadership style, innovation, and the unique traits that have enabled Elon Musk to push boundaries across multiple industries simultaneously. Eric shares reflections on the unexpected scale and impact of his previous work, the Naval Almanac, which has sold nearly 2 million copies across 40 languages and has been widely gifted and shared freely online. He highlights how recommendations fuel readership far more than traditional advertising, and how this book has become foundational for personal development enthusiasts worldwide. This success inspires Eric's approach to his Elon project, focusing on usefulness and accessibility. Purpose emerges as a key pillar in Elon's success, alongside productivity. Eric explains that while Elon is famously prolific, it's his unwavering commitment to mission-driven goals, such as making life multiplanetary or advancing sustainable energy, that fuels his persistence and risk-taking. Purpose is what sustains Elon's efforts through long odds, high risks, and personal sacrifice, providing a compelling why that justifies relentless action. Eric contrasts Elon's risk-taking with Peter Thiel's risk management, presenting Elon as someone inherently biased toward taking big, often unreasonable risks in pursuit of transformative outcomes. Elon's philosophy, epitomized by the idea that failure is irrelevant unless catastrophic, allows him to persevere despite daunting odds and numerous setbacks, cementing risk tolerance as a foundational driver. Elon is described as a singular figure whose combination of traits, intensity akin to David Goggins, intellectual brilliance reminiscent of Richard Feynman, and strategic will comparable to Napoleon, sets him apart. Eric argues that Elon's parallel running of Tesla and SpaceX, two of the world's most groundbreaking companies, marks him as possibly the greatest living entrepreneur, with a trajectory that could redefine human history. Key elements of Elon's extraordinary productivity include an obsessive focus on identifying and attacking bottlenecks, maniacal urgency, first principles thinking, and a bias to action. Eric describes Elon's effort to think from first principles, question assumptions, and aggressively simplify and optimize processes as yielding exponential improvements rather than incremental gains. This relentless approach compounds over decades to create unparalleled results. Elon's unusual Tesla bonus structure, paying him only upon achieving extreme growth milestones, exemplifies his all-or-nothing mentality. Despite criticism of the enormous potential payouts, Elon's approach ties his compensation directly to value creation and demonstrates his commitment to ambitious, transformative goals rather than short-term profit. The conversation highlights Elon's intense sense of urgency that permeates all levels of his operations, with stories of rapid decision-making and expectation that work is not constrained by traditional schedules or boundaries. This mindset fosters rapid iteration and breakthrough progress, but also leads to high burnout and turnover among employees due to the relentless pace and pressure. Elon leads from the front by physically immersing himself in the manufacturing process and problems, demanding presence and accountability. He values technical competence, relentless problem-solving, and loyalty to mission. Hiring focuses on evidence of exceptional ability and a willingness to endure the grueling demands of his work environment. This creates a culture that attracts intensely driven engineers and innovators. Unlike many high performers, Elon appears to eschew conventional self-care or wellness routines, such as meditation or therapy. He reportedly operates on minimal sleep, works incessantly even in travel, and displays little interest in happiness or fulfillment, driven instead by ceaseless forward momentum. This endurance is partly explained by difficult childhood experiences and a profound internal drive. Eric touches on Elon's traumatic upbringing, describing patterns of abuse and isolation that may contribute to his relentless internal pressure and discomfort with peace. Elon's personality blends both clean and dirty fuels, deep compassion for humanity mixed with internal angst and deliberate self-imposed suffering, such as minimal possessions and sleeping on factory floors to maintain focus and urgency. SpaceX started as a philanthropic venture aimed at reigniting human space exploration and securing a backup for humanity by colonizing Mars. Elon's dissatisfaction with expensive, inefficient rocket launches led him to rebuild space technology from first principles, hiring unconventional engineers and applying startup agility to aerospace. SpaceX's ultimate goal remains making life multiplanetary to ensure long-term human survival. Tesla's journey through stacked innovation curves, from electric vehicles to autonomy to humanoid robots, illustrates ongoing disruption. Elon's focus on driving down costs and expanding accessibility challenges traditional automotive pricing norms. Upcoming projects, like humanoid robots and integrated AI, reflect Tesla's ambition to redefine labor and mobility, while vertically integrating supply chains secures industrial sustainability. Elon's focus on cost reduction involves a rigorous examination of the idiot index, the margin between raw material cost and final product price, particularly in aerospace. By questioning pricing absurdities and relentlessly simplifying products, Elon has driven large-scale cost breakthroughs. This process of eliminating unnecessary complexity supports both affordability and reliability across his ventures. The discussion emphasizes Elon's bias to build things that matter and solve real-world problems urgently. His engineering approach includes questioning every requirement and seeking to eliminate or simplify components, which enhances efficiency and effectiveness. This mindset contrasts sharply with conventional corporate processes, often bogged down in bureaucracy or incrementalism. Eric highlights how Elon's leadership involves immediate physical relocation to problem sites, direct involvement in issue resolution, and assembling relevant teams quickly. This hands-on approach facilitates rapid problem identification and cross-functional collaboration, overcoming delays typical in hierarchical or segmented organizations. Unlike traditional sequential progress, Elon intentionally pursues multiple major ventures concurrently, compressing timelines through parallel execution. This approach increases risk and complexity but accelerates impact and innovation. From PayPal's rapid launch to simultaneously running Tesla and SpaceX, this pattern defines Elon's operational style. While known for his polarizing public persona and prolific use of social media, Elon strategically uses his platform to rally support, inspire teams, attract investors, and shape public opinion. Though contentious at times, his presence helps legitimize and popularize ventures that many initially saw as unrealistic or fringe. The episode acknowledges the polarized perceptions surrounding Elon. His intensity, high standards, and unorthodox methods make him a difficult boss with high staff turnover. Ethical questions and political controversies further fuel extreme opinions, but Eric stresses the importance of separating judgment from practical lessons in Elon's tactics. Elon's use of memory techniques and deep technical expertise allows him to manage complex projects and multiple teams by recalling detailed information about bottlenecks and solutions. This combination of memory, intuition, and immersion facilitates rapid problem-solving and maintains his command over vast organizational intricacies. Beyond cost, the engineer's mindset includes a relentless insistence on challenging specifications, considering trade-offs, and eliminating unnecessary complexity to improve reliability and reduce expenses. Elon's engineering decision-making is tightly linked with an economic view of opportunity costs and future scaling potential. Eric explores how Elon's personality may be influenced by neurodiversity and bipolar tendencies, contributing to his tolerance for social risk and willingness to be disliked as a strategic advantage. This detachment from social approval enables him to challenge norms and prioritize mission over optics or popularity. Eric shares how compiling and distilling Elon's numerous public statements into a cohesive, practical guide gave him unparalleled insight into the founder's methods. Unlike traditional biographies focusing on completeness or context, the book emphasizes actionable principles and timeless advice that readers can apply. Reflecting on the unexpected global reach of the Naval Almanac, Eric anticipates even broader impact potential for the Elon book. He comments on how the internet's scale makes it possible for niche content to find significant audiences worldwide, influencing diverse demographics far beyond initial expectations. Drawing on observations from investors like Peter Thiel and Jonathan B., Elon is situated within a category of founders who blend traits such as megalomania, autism spectrum characteristics, and revenge motivation. This combination, while challenging, appears linked to disruptive outlier-level success in technology ventures. Hiring focuses on exceptional raw talent rather than polished credentials, favoring young, capable engineers who can rapidly solve problems under intense pressure. Elon's culture demands high dedication, maniacal urgency, and resilience, attracting those willing to endure rigors for a grand mission. Leadership centers on identifying the most critical limiting factors and converging resources to rapidly resolve them, rather than following standard agendas or schedules. Elon embodies a mindset of iterative problem-solving, constant prioritization, and self-imposed accountability as keys to organizational velocity. The conversation paints Elon as inherently wired for conflict and challenge, constantly creating new wars or crises to maintain momentum. This drive stems from personal history and a relentless intolerance for complacency, fueling progress, but also creating internal and external turbulence. At the grandest scale, Elon's ventures aim to extend and safeguard human life, propel technological evolution, and push civilization toward multi-planet existence. His vision integrates existential risk mitigation with ambitious innovation, aiming to catalyze what he sees as an inevitable evolutionary leap for humanity. Eric reveals ongoing work on further distilling founder wisdom through collaborations, hinting at upcoming books that will continue to explore lessons from extraordinary entrepreneurs. These projects aim to capture and share actionable insights from pioneering figures in business and technology.